everybody, and welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. Today's show, we're going to be talking about things to consider on your spiritual path. And all of us, well, many of us, are really opening up and exploring the spiritual dimension of ourselves. And when we do open up, there are some flags of resistance that come up for us because it is the unknown. So we're going to share some tools and maybe some advice here and to help you in your unfoldment on your spiritual path.
Well, it's like, people sometimes think that the spiritual path, it's going to be pretty easy, just meditate or whatever, but what is it they say about this path?
It's the road less traveled.
Yeah. So really, it can be kind of an uphill battle sometimes. It can be a lot of resistance, and it's nice that if there's others that have been there, done that, to be able to share what's going on or what has happened to some people. It just makes can make the journey a little bit easier.
Yes, learning from others. And I use the analogy of as soon as we awaken to greater meaning in our own life and to more of a purpose and more passion, it's like we know there's something missing in our life. So we wake up and we want to know more. But again, in that knowing more, we're going to be going outside of our comfort zone. We're going to be exploring outside the box, and that means we're going to be exploring the world of the unknown. And that can bring up a lot of fear and resistance, as you mentioned. So we're going to be exploring that jungle of fear, and there's a pathway that we can take, and it's allowing ourselves to really open up and trust ourselves. And that, yes, there's going to be maybe some pits along the way, but if we connect more to our intuition and connect more to our higher self, we're going to be given that guidance on how to break free of our fear.
Well, it's like the law of attraction, right? So whatever you put your intention on, it will come back, right?
Yeah.
So thinking that if I set my intention that I'm on the spiritual journey, I want to learn more about myself, the universe will comply with that. And sometimes it'll give us scenarios, situations, events that can be quite challenging, can be in your face, but it's like the universe is saying, you want to know more about you, I will give you what you need in order to get that, and really, if it's an area of unknown and you're worried, scared, you have fear, then yeah, it's going to be challenging, when you get what you want. But the best part of it is that once you take it head on and you're like, okay, I'm ready, and doing it in an awareness state, like just kind of watching yourself go through it and learning and observing yourself in it, it's almost like the event's here and it takes you out so you can watch it, and it can be actually quite the learning experience. And then when you're done with it and it's over, you look back and you go, oh my gosh, it certainly wasn't as hard as I thought it was in the end, hindsight, but yeah, I've seen that happen to me a couple times. More than a couple.
And it's our fear-based mind that holds us back, and it's the fear within ourselves that creates the chaos, creates all of those challenges and issues, the obstacles. We're the only ones creating the obstacles in our life.
Yeah.
And so we do live in a world of polarity, the light and the dark, but it's letting go of the darkness and the light, say being good or bad or wrong or right.
So like labeling it as a bad experience.
That's right. Because all truly darkness is fear, and we're moving beyond, we're relinquishing our fear, and as we relinquish our fear, we move up into greater realms of who we truly are, and that's where we find our power. We tap into that greater power within ourselves.
And that's good.
That's always a good thing, right?
What just came up for me is Peter Russell. I just went to a workshop with him, and one of the ways he explained fear, which I've really enjoyed, and this just really working with it, is imagine that you're holding onto a rope. And, and someone says, oh man, on your path of spirituality, just let go, just let go. And you're just thinking, if I were to let go of this rope, I'm going to fall. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's down there. The chances of us letting go is going to be pretty slim. But with some, working with it, talking to people, sharing, you might just let go one finger, let go of another finger. And eventually, once you've let go, you realize that you were standing on the ground the whole time.
Yes.
So that down there, that fear is an absolute illusion. And that analogy has really played in my mind a lot. And I really get that, you know, in this last week, if I've had a fear of what someone's going to think of me, I remember back to that whole thing that, okay, let go of the fear. Then whatever I thought about them doesn't even exist.
And the truth appears.
And the truth appears. Oh, so that's been a really great thing for me. So, freedom, absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent, Kelsey. That's great. And it's also too that we need to really, we're so afraid of our truth.
Yeah.
We're so afraid of exploring and discovering that we are amazing and magnificent human beings.
Why do you think that is? Well, it seems like an oxymoron, like that you'd be afraid of truth, which is potentially the best thing.
What sets you free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just because it's our belief system that we've grown up with, social conditioning, and it's all the limited beliefs that we've carried, and because we hang on to them and we want to, this is what how we've created our life, it's how we see ourselves, it's how we see
like
others.
Cocoon.
Exactly.
It feels good.
Yeah, it's the only world that we know.
Yeah.
And so to say, wait a minute, this here is not true. The reality I've been living all along is an illusion. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's like pulling the carpet from under you.
It is.
Like,
exactly. Yes.
What I've been noticing too is like, the more that I've been doing this is like there are people that have not woken up, you know, and it's to watch them live their lives. And what I've noticed is just how limited they make themselves out to be. Like, oh, I can't do that, I have a learning disability. I can't do that, I'm stupid. And I just think, man, but that's all an illusion. Like, you know, there's the potential of having a different experience out there.
Right.
And it can be challenging, it can be a road less traveled, but man, once that belief system is broken, and it's like, wow, I can no longer label myself as slow or whatever, to see that the potential, to stand in a clearing and knowing that, you know, wow, if I can do that, then that means I can do so many other things. It's a most incredible experience, but it can be very scary at the same time. And,
it's so true. Yes. And it's and talking about that fear again, and recognizing that when we go into, for example, we go into meditation, it's there we can ask those questions about what's holding us back and what are we afraid of, and the life that I'm living right now, am I living in limitation? And that's where we can hear that monkey mind, that chaotic mind going, I can't, I won't, all the excuses that we have for not opening up and living that greater life. And so when we go into meditation, it's a good idea, and something to consider in your life is that when you go into meditation is making sure that you want to learn now from the realms of divine love and light. Because again, we have that fear consciousness that exists on the planet. And that fear is your ego, and then your ego can destroy you if you let it.
Yeah.
And so it's just remembering that you want to surround yourself with more light. You want to surround yourself with more love, and as you do, you'll break free. It's just a continuous evolution of self.
Well, and the nice thing too that is very freedom-like is the sense of choice. You know, at the end of the day, at the end of any decision, is a moment of choice.
Yes.
And so, you know, if today isn't the day and you're having fear, it's okay. You can choose to just let it be.
Acknowledging it.
And it's just like it is what it is. And that's freeing too, because it's not like you're ever out of control.
Right.
It's not like something is going to run you.
Outside of you.
Outside of you. Yeah. It's like you're always in the driver's seat. You always have control of the brake and the gas.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me, that's very empowering too. It's just like, I will only go as fast as I want myself to go. I'm only going to go as deep or through the jungle as I really want to today.
Yes, today.
And so, you know, so there's no timeline. There's no hurry. You know, if things are happening too much, it's great. Just, you know, be in it, share it with others, and open yourself up. It's amazing.
And I like what you said there, Kelsey. about about slowing down and just and allowing because we think that maybe we're not getting it,
Yeah.
but actually we're processing mentally, emotionally. So there's a lot going on in those invisible worlds, and we're not honoring that.
Yeah.
And so we may need to slow down in our lives just for a moment and allow everything to catch up.
So true. Yeah. And there could be dreams that I heard. I just got that too. But you know, a lot of times your mind, everything's happening, and new experiences and all that, and you go to bed and you're resting, and then also you're dreaming. Like it can come at you at all different angles. And you know, in synchronicity is another thing that happens. Like the more connected we are, all of a sudden people show up in our lives that assist us with what we want, and it can be very overwhelming. It was a little bit for me for quite a while. I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is just almost too much, you know, and it's hard to process everything. But so yeah, the slowing down is a nice, just keeping it simple.
That's right.
So it's a
Simplicity.
It's awesome. You know, so.
Well, this is wakeuptolife.tv with Kelsey and Karen. And we just enjoy coming to you every Sunday, 11 o'clock. And we'll be here next week. Fly high, sister.
Bye. Namaste.
Namaste.